It's your boy Amin Williams. This is episode 2 for Voices of Dobbins. In this episode, we will be having a debate about old school versus new school hip hop and interviewing the anime club teacher, also our fellow digital media classmates about their Christmas break.
Hi, my name is Abdul.
I'm Zanisha, and today we're going to be talking about old school and new school hip hop.
In new school hip hop, I feel like it's a lot of new artists and it's a lot of new sounds and creativity that they make, and it's a lot of new sponsors and things like that that is accessible to people nowadays than how it was back then.
With the accessibility, yeah, it was accessible, but it's not with the music they put out. They kind of like they force it to get their money. Like they literally, it's like nothing. If you want me to be honest with you, it's like it's not a real meaning behind it. With old school music, yeah, you saying it's more accessible, but for it to be genuine music and have a struggle to it, and they say, oh, I went through the struggle, I was on the streets doing this and that. But with old school music, they actually did that. They literally had to go outside and it's just basically they put their feelings on paper.
Yeah, but old school music didn't have to deal with social media and dealing with the critics and how they blame certain artists for things that they do and it's not even true. I mean, some artists are not what they say and some are, but I feel like the social media destroys some of the artists that we have today.
It does. It destroys some of the artists, but in old school, it destroys them too. It might have been on a device like a phone, but the games and the killing and stuff, that's still social. Everything had to go, like, everything was talked about. Maybe not on your phone where you was like, oh, I text my friend and he said we had to block, but everything was like, it was more, I don't even know how to put it, it was more interactual other than on a social media site.
Yeah, but I feel like back in the day, they did a lot of slimy things. They didn't know how to handle their record labels. They was getting finessed. People was burning them for their money. They would think they had a contract with a dealer, and as soon as it's time for them to pay up or they want to get out of the deal, they come to find out everything that the dealer or their manager paid for, all the expenses go to him, and he has to pay that off.
But that all comes down back to the impact. Whatever happens to them happens, but it's all about what the music they put out and what it does. So if, for instance, Death Row Records, a couple people got killed because they didn't pay their money to Suge Knight, but he still put out that music and it still had an impact, and there was a backstory to the songs that they would put out.
Yeah, but back in the day, artists they had to certain songs they was forced to have to drop, and like they didn't have that choice. Some artists back then didn't have that choice. They had to drop certain songs at a certain time because of how the album or their plays or their views was gonna sell.
But then that's when the genuine reality kicks in, that what they're going through and what they're rapping about on the old school songs is true. But in the new school songs, they're not forced to do anything. They don't have a true backstory. It's just like, oh, I was thinking about this and I just freestyled it off the bat. But is it true though? Is it a real reality? Do you have a backstory that can make me want to connect, relate to this song that you're talking about?
Yeah, but today is a new time. I mean, with the artists today, some artists just want to rap just to show how good their skills are, better than trying to mix that reality with not being real at all.
See, that's where the con comes in. They just do it to do it. With old school, they did it because they felt like that's a passion. They felt like they had no choice. They was like, I'm either gonna rap or I'm not gonna do it at all.
Okay, once again, my name is Abdul.
And I'm Zanisha.
And this was a debate on old school and new school hip hop.
During Anime Club, it's partially a social club, sharing of cultural experience, and then some bits of starting to learn about the industry. So my background before I was a teacher is I was an animator. My bachelor's degree is in traditional animation. It's partially because I was such a big anime fan in school. And so the Anime Club is partially just about sharing the different shows we're into, having moments to just socialize around like interests, and then we're also starting to do things like learn how to draw the style. I think giving students the opportunity to be creative is really important. There's a lot of skills, a lot of developmental skills that are tied into just moments to express yourself and really dig deep of how you make personal connections with the work that you're expected to do. So, for example, my students are currently working on projects for Romeo and Juliet, where some of their options are things like making a comic book, movie posters, Instagram page. I like to find as many moments as possible, especially in English, for students to have ways to express themselves. Absolutely. So right now we're working with Miss Danny on possible training, so people who can come in who work professionally in the industry to learn how to make manga and comics. And we're also working on a field trip to a possible anime convention at the end of the year where students can meet other people who work in the industry.
I just heard of it. We didn't have one at my old school, and I've been watching since like 6th grade, so I thought it would have been fun to just join. I mean, it's just a way to get out of reality, only because it's like, it's fantasy. Most of it's just about fantasy.
This is Amin Williams.
This is Shaheem Mala.
This is the Christmas questionnaire.
Here we go. Listen, number 1, do you celebrate Christmas?
Yeah, I do celebrate Christmas.
2, what kind of food do you eat?
The kind of food I eat: ham, mac and cheese, yams, the good stuff.
3, what kind of ornaments do you put on your tree?
To be honest, we don't go buy trees. I am the tree.
4, what's your best memory from Christmas Day?
When my brother fell down the steps.
5, how do you feel about upcoming Christmas break?
How I feel? I feel like it should hurry up.
6, what is the meaning of Christmas break?
The meaning: to relax, stress-free, enter a new year without school at the moment. We done.
Hey y'all, I'm Nancy. I'm gonna interview here Carlos. So Carlos, Christmas is around the corner. I'm about to ask you questions about Christmas. Okay. So the first question is, how do you feel about Christmas?
I feel good about it. Actually fun.
Okay, my other question for you is, what kind of decoration is your favorite when you put up in the tree?
What kind of decoration? Probably the star, because it's the last one to use.
What kind of, when you sit down with your family, what kind of food do you like?
Probably some cornbread, cakes or something. Milk.
What's your best memory about Christmas? What's your favorite?
My favorite memory when I was 13 and I got my first toy, I guess. Or 7. I don't know.
How do you feel? Christmas coming up this week, Christmas break.
I feel great actually about it because my family mostly spend time with.
In your opinion, what does true Christmas mean to you?
I think true Christmas means to me, what it means to me, I'd say probably spending time with my family, exchanging gifts, like all the normal stuff that people do on Christmas. Certain people.
Okay, so that's all the questions I got for Carlos today. So, bye.